Hello, everyone. I want to talk to you today, just one-on-one, nice and calm, with no other distractions, no other standard formatting, about the concept of people being our most valuable asset. So stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit off script and create a moment, and I am going to definitely make it under 5 minutes. I've been getting a lot of really good podcasts, but they're over 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 38 minutes, and I'm sure that sometimes it's nice to just get a nice, brief message. And so today, I really want to connect with you. I really want to share something that's been on my heart lately, and it was actually spawned by Dr. Grennan, Dr. Steve Grennan, when he and I were on a phone call the other day, and he was talking to me about doing something remarkable for workers and for people in construction, something that would change their lives, something that would change their minds, their health, their mental health. And he said, why spend all of this? Well, he didn't exactly mean it like this, but he was like, why spend all of this time making sure we have healthy bodies, this healthy vehicle, just so that we can go, have people be mentally unwell and put them in bad situations. And I want to say that this concept of, my most valuable asset is people, this concept has been on my mind for a long time. And Dr. Grennan said to me, he's like, there's a lot of people out there, they say, people are our biggest asset, but then they don't do anything. And he's like, show me that people are your biggest asset. And that got me to thinking, people really are our biggest asset. And we have to take care of our people before we take care of our customers. I have worked with people where customer is number one, or the business is number one, or money is number one. And people will always be expendable in situations like that. They will always be second class. They will always come last. If there's a mean customer, or there's a job that's going to run the family into the ground, or there's a crash landing, or there's something that needs to be done over the weekend, and the customer asks for it, may or may not be necessary, but we're going to pull that person away from his or her family and, ruin that family always as a top priority. Those situations are detrimental. And no matter how often we say that people are our most valuable asset, or our biggest focus, or we appreciate our people, the question that I would have is, and this isn't a lecture, by the way, this is like a lamentation. This is like me connecting with you for a little bit. Are we showing by our actions that our people are our most valuable asset? Or are we using people as numbers and as tools? Are we using people to go build projects to delight engineers and architects and owners at the expense of husbands and fathers and wives and children and eternal family units? Somebody asked me the other day, I got a church calling the other day that's pretty strenuous, and my church leader was asking me, he's like, who's the most important person in your church unit? And he asked two of the other people that are serving with me, and then it got to my turn, and I said, well, it's my wife, it's my family, because, if I go do a church calling temporarily, which is temporary, and in the meantime ruin something that's eternal, my family, then I have my perspective way off. And he said, thankfully I got it right. He was like, that's exactly right. Your wife is the most important person to you right now as you do this calling. And I was very thankful for his explanation of that. And I do want to point our minds to the fact that in construction, it's always going to be the busiest day. It's always going to be a busy time. It's always going to be a tough time right now. It's always going to be, hey, it's just a difficult customer. It's always going to be, hey, just one more Saturday. It's always going to be one more night. It's always going to be. And then we're going to look back, and we're going to be super disappointed at the fact that we have done something temporary and ruined something at the same time that was eternal. Our marriages, our children, our relationships, our perspective. Because at the end of the day, when we are in the hospital, whether we're dying, and I'm not being irreverent, whether we're dying of COVID or cancer or we're just getting old, or whatever the case may be. We're in a situation where we're no longer able to receive significance from what we do at work. Who is going to be there by our sides? Who is going to help us? Who are we going to be connected enough with to where they can see us out of this life or see us back to health in a proper manner? When everything comes down to the wire, who is going to be there by our sides? Will the building be there for us? Will the company be there for us? Will colleagues be there for us? Will the owner be there for us? Will the architect or engineer be there for us? The answer is no. We work to live. We do not live to work. And if people are working or leading a company or being at work too many hours because of a need for a feeling of significance, or because they just don't know how to do it any better, then that is an opportunity for change. And I'm not being critical. I'm saying that through personal organization, through running lean systems, we know how to run projects the right way. We know now how to run companies the right way. There are ways to get these things done. And I am convinced that all somebody has to do is reach out and get that kind of help. And my point is that it will work if our most valuable asset is people. But if somebody says that and doesn't do it, that does us no good. Again, like Dr. Grennan says, show me. Show me that people are your most valuable asset. Show me that you're doing personal development training. Show me that you're doing training. Show me that you're taking care of their bodies. Show me that when a decision comes down to taking care of the owner, taking care of one of your employees, you don't just automatically default to making the employee expendable. Show me that that's your decision. Show me that on your leader standard work, you have times where you personally connect with people. Show me that you're going out to lunch with people. Show me that you're mentoring people and that you're connecting with them on a personal basis. Show me that you know their families. Show me that they're connected. Show me, show me, show me, show me. And I just want to say that there are so many people out there that just want the technical. They just want the business. They just want the self-adulation. They just want the significance. They just want to prove to daddy or mommy that they were able to do this or lead this job or build a business or whatever. And at the end of the day, they just don't care about people. And I'm talking to you because I know you do care about people. And I do care about people. And that's one of my strengths. My superpower is I bring out the best in others. And I'm telling us, I'm telling me, I'm telling everybody that we really have to make sure that everything we do is through people, for people, because of people, and with a wonderful team. That's when it's going to get remarkable. If we ever find ourselves with micro actions, not taking care of people, expending people, not doing training, not doing personal development, not doing the one-on-ones, not carving out time in our leader standard work to be with people, then that's an opportunity to improve. And let me just talk about one other quick concept. And any of you owners out there, I want you to still hire me as a consultant. I still want you to work with Elevate Construction. I hope this doesn't upset you. But let me say this. Let me say this right now. There's no such thing as an employee doing a multi-billion-dollar company a favor. There's no such thing as somebody saying, hey, will you be loyal? Will you do me a favor? Will you go ruin your life for the next 2.5 years and do this job and run your health and your family into the ground? Will you do me a favor? It doesn't exist. It's not true. It's a satanic lie. There's no such thing. Loyalty is loyalty to doing what you're paid to do. Loyalty is loyalty to be honest in your day's work. Loyalty has nothing to do with being loyal to a company. And again, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to anger any company leaders out there, but there's no such thing as an employee being loyal to a company. It's fake. It just doesn't exist. You are loyal to your family. You are loyal to your wife. You are loyal to your children. You are loyal to your God. You are loyal to your health. You are loyal to yourself. You are loyal to nature. You are not ever, under any circumstances, in any stupid universe, loyal to a company. And there's no such thing as somebody doing a multi-billion-dollar or multi-million-dollar company a favor. And so if you're stuck in a position that you hate, if you're stuck on a job that's running your family into the ground, if you're stuck with people that don't care about people, If you're putting other people in those situations, if you're asking employees to do you a favor, if you know that you're marginalizing people to go get something done for work, we have to remember, at the end of the day, the company's going to make off with billions and millions of dollars. Maybe not billions, but millions and millions of dollars. And you are going to walk away with a divorce. And you are going to walk away with a delinquent child. And you are going to walk away with a heart attack. And you are ultimately going to walk away with a life unfulfilled and gifts from God that you have not invested with usury to return back more gifts, more talents than you originally received. And so I just want to make that clear. I hear all the time, well, I can't leave the team because I'm loyal. I don't like my company. I'm miserable, but I can't leave, but I have to be here because of this. My company asked me to do this favor, and so for 2 years, I'm going to work 7 days a week, and my family understands. Or we're in a horrible situation, and this job marginalizes people, and it's not safe, but I feel obligated to be here because that's where I was dispatched. Or. One more time. There's no such thing as doing a multi-billion-dollar company a favor, and there's no such thing as loyalty to a company. You get paid to do good work, and if that company is not doing good work and not taking care of people and not being safe, then you as an employee, you fire them. You get rid of them. You toast them. You 86 them. You make sure that they're done. You're like, you are not a good enough company to employ. You are fired. Because I have an obligation to be a guardian of my wife, of my husband, of my children, of my dog, of my family, of my extended family, of myself, of my health, of my heart, of my God, of whatever it is. And this is just me. I wish it was more impactful what I was saying. I wish I had some teary-eyed story, but I just want to say that you will regret if you spend your whole life wasting away at this job where you're miserable, working for a company without values, especially if they don't care about people, for the false concept, the false pretense of, oh, I need to be loyal, and oh, I need to do them a favor. There's no such thing as that. And we need to make sure that if a company or if you as a leader or a department says, my most valuable asset is people, show me. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.